Let me tell you a story. I'm sitting there playing Minecraft with my friends when I turn to look at the time and I see that it's turning 9 p.m. So I told my friends, yeah, I have a sleep schedule now. I want to go to bed at 9, that I'm no longer going to play with them past 9 p.m. And obviously they criticized me. They were like, oh, you have a bedtime. I bet your mommy's making you sleep at this time, isn't she? And I always told them, yeah, I can sleep later, but like, I want to sleep at 9. And yeah, they kept criticizing me. They kept criticizing me, but whatever. I was getting sleep. They were getting sleep deprived. They were sleeping at 1 a.m. We don't care about them. But when I actually wanted to fall asleep, I didn't even feel sleepy. And so many guys use this excuse that they don't feel sleepy like out their bedtime because they have literally blue light coming into their eyes. So they end up watching porn, watching TikTok, or playing video games rather than actually going to bed. So in this video, I'm going to just tell you what I've learned, what I've implemented, and what you can implement into your life to actually fix up your sleep and make your sleep better. So if you're watching this video, you probably already watched some of the videos on how to improve your sleep, how to get a better sleep. And you probably already know the basics of sleeping and waking up at the exact same time. But you need to get a little reminder of how important it is to actually sleep and to have a routine and go to bed and wake up relatively at the same time. Because when you go to sleep at 9 consistently every single night, at 8 p.m. your body's going to start cooling down. Your body's going to start like winding down naturally because it has like a cue, a time to fall asleep and feel sleepy, compared to when you go to bed at one night at 9 p.m. and the other you go 1 a.m. and the other you go at 4 a.m. When you have all these fluctuating times, your body has no idea when to feel sleepy. It feels like, oh, one day it's at 9 p.m. so let's feel sleepy at 8 p.m. But then when the other day you want to go to sleep at 1, then your body's like, oh, we should go to sleep at 12. It's like your body doesn't know when to wake up or when to go to sleep. So for the rest of your life, just wake up and sleep consistently at the exact same time. And this will mean you're just going to have to, it will feel a bit odd for you if you're just starting out. And if you play video games, especially with some friends of yours, you're just going to have to go through the cringe of like, just telling your friends that you're going to have to, that you're going to want to go to sleep at 9 and that this is my new bedtime. They're going to criticize you. They're going to tell you, oh, I bet your mommy's is making you go to bed. You don't give a shit about them. Just tell them, yeah, I just want to go to bed. I just want to improve my sleep. And they're going to criticize you, but just go to bed and at relatively the same time every single night for the rest of your life. So your body knows when to fall asleep and wake up. Now, the single greatest thing you can do when you actually wake up, when you actually woken up, instead of obviously grabbing your phone and being a complete degenerate, you probably passed that. What you want to do is literally just go outside and view some sunlight, or if there isn't any sunlight outside, just get any light to just go into your eyes. Because what you want to do when you wake up is, the single greatest thing you can do when you wake up is get light into your eyes, because get photons into your eyes. Because Andrew Huberman speaks about the importance of getting light, and it just makes sense. Really think about our caveman ancestors, our ancestors that literally woke up. What would have been the first thing they saw? Sunlight. They would have been in some crusty, scrolling on TikTok, like in a dark room. They would have gone outside, viewed light, and that's how they would have started their day. And viewing sunlight doesn't just help you sleep, because it helps you sleep by obviously starting like a rhythm in your brain to then fall asleep, feel sleepy when it gets dark, and to actually wake up in the morning, because when you get light into your eyes, you actually kind of tell your brain that it's daytime, and so your brain starts to wake up. But it actually improves your mental health and your physical health, because when you improve your mental health, obviously that's going to cascade into improve your physical health, but it's going to improve your mental health because think about it. Why do you think our ancestors were just viewing sunlight as soon as they woke up? So why are we not doing the same? It's just simple things like this that in the modern day we just ignore, but have drastic changes to our life. So the next step I'm going to give you is you need to actually wind down. You probably heard this online that you need to wind down before bed, but probably nobody's told you how to actually wind down and what to do and why you do it. And this kind of like this vague concept. Like people tell you, oh, you want that wind down before bed. How does that look like? So I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to allocate like 30 minutes minimum to actually wind down properly. Because the idea of winding down is getting your temperature and your heart rate to a lower, just decreasing when you actually want to go to bed. That is what's gonna make you feel sleepy and light. Because the reason you don't feel sleepy is because you still have this, you still have a high heart rate, and you still have high temperature. So one tip that's gonna help you do this is 1 hour before bed, to wind down properly. What you want to do is 1 hour before bed, take a 3-minute warm shower with no light ideally. So you go into the bathroom and you turn off the light, because light, as you already know, is very powerful for waking up when you actually have light above you. But when you want to go to bed, when you want to feel sleepy, light above you, bright light, is probably not a good idea. So ideally you go take a 3-minute warm shower with no light, but you can use the light, but 3-minute warm shower. And the idea of this is to get your temperature to slowly start decreasing, because you probably know that when you take a warm shower, your body kind of like, when you first take a warm shower, it kind of feels like hot at the beginning, but then your kind of body cools down and it regulates to like the same temperature. And that's what you want. You want to decrease your temperature, but do not take warm showers, or like 20-minute warm showers like you usually do, because when you take like long warm showers, your body actually starts heating up, and you want your body temperature to actually increase when you wake up, but you don't want it to increase when you're going to bed. So a practical thing you can do for the rest of your life is just 1 hour before bed, you take a warm shower with no light, and you do that. Now, the next thing you do after taking the warm shower is you actually breathe and get your heart rate down. The single greatest thing you can do to get your heart rate down is just to meditate and to really just take a deep breath and get calm. Because the reason you don't feel sleepy is because your brain is hyper aware. Oh, video games, porn, social media. That's why your brain doesn't feel sleepy. So with no light in your room, just meditate and really focus on just taking deep breaths. That's really what's gonna help you get your heart rate down, and what's gonna make you actually feel sleepy rather than just awake, rather than sleeping when you're actually going to bed. So you meditate for 5, 10, 20 minutes, focusing on your breath, like breathing fully, taking deep breaths, because during this whole video you've not taken a single deep breath. I can guarantee with 100% accuracy, while you've been watching this video, you have not taken a single deep breath, a single breath that's literally made your stomach bulge out. That's the kind of breath you want to be taking. A big deep breath, slow breaths. You don't want to be either. You want to take slow deep breaths and exhale fully. And it's really important to really get your heart rate down, because the reason you actually feel like the reason you don't feel sleepy when you go to bed is because your heart rate is still pretty high. So get your heart rate down by just breathing correctly, breathing slowly, meditating. So the one last tip I'm going to give you for winding down is you want to start reading like a book, ideally a fictional book, right before bed. So I'll be reading the Diary of the Wimpy Kid before going to bed, because I noticed that reading self-improvement books have really just not helped me go to bed. Because when you read self-improvement books, you get so many ideas, like, oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow, I want to do this, I want to do this, oh, I want to do this. You get so many ideas, you get like so many thoughts. And when you get that, it's really tough for you to go to bed when you have things to do. When you actually have things to do in your mind, your body temperature actually increases. So you're actually going to be more awake when you have thoughts about things you want to do when you're actually going to bed. You probably experienced this where you read a self-improvement book, or you have so many ideas in your mind that you want to do this tomorrow, and you struggle to go to bed because you're trying to remember the things you want to do tomorrow. So another tip I'm going to give you is get a piece of paper and really just write to do tomorrow 5 minutes before bed, and you write down everything you want to do tomorrow. So try out this new tactic, or try out this diet, edit the video, finish doing this, X, Y, Z. Just do that, and you'll notice how easy it is to go to bed once you don't have so many thoughts in your mind. So go back to the topic of reading a book. You want to literally just go into a dark room and turn off all the lights in your room, and just have like a dim light on your phone so you can shine onto your book that you're reading. Because when you have bright lights in your room, like that ones I'm having right now, it's helping me stay awake in like the dark winter months of the UK. But like when you want to go to bed, you don't want light, you don't want bright light especially. So get a dim light and read a fictional book, probably not self-improvement book, so you can actually just wind down, get your heart rate down, get your temperature down, and while you've been sitting down in like somewhat of a comfortable position, because while you're reading a book, you're like shining the light. You have like a weird angle. You're gonna have to just kind of like get into a weird angle. So for like 20 minutes, you're reading a Diary of the Wimpy Kid, and then when you actually go to bed, it feels just so natural. So like finally that your body can kind of relax from just sitting in a somewhat awkward position. So that's what I've learned, that's what I've implemented, and I really hope you implement this into your life, because it really helped me go to sleep earlier, like fall asleep way faster. And you need to understand that sleep is your most valuable thing as a young man, because that's when you get all your testosterone, you get all your focus, you get everything. So I really hope you benefited from this video, and I see you tomorrow. Mwah.